Here's another one.
Hello and welcome everyone to Blue Ring Rumble 10. I'm your commentator for today, Olivia, and I'll be joined today by Ados.
Hello everyone, Ados the Boss is back for Blue Ring Rumble 10. Thank you for having me last week and thank you for having me this week, Olivia. Really excited to see what games happen here today and hope you can make some amazing moments.
Indeed. Just looking at the teams that have signed up, there are quite some high-profile teams, comprised of just really, very skilled individuals, especially Koi and Glep on my Glep.
That's a Smiling Friends reference right there.
I have not watched Smiling Friends myself. I've heard it's pretty good.
It is pretty good. You should give it a watch if you ever have some free time. Nice little 10-minute flick. But yeah, on the topic of Koi, that is the main Australian team here, and we have multiple Frostbite players in that team. George and Kodge. Kodge is a captain, and George is a very, very lethal Australian midline and frontline.
Double checking everybody in this team. Everyone except for Tiger is currently in the main roster of Frostbite, so there are going to be some people you might want to look out for when we get to commentating them.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see these guys in action. Obviously, not all of them are on the same team. Maybe they could be. I don't actually know the Frostbite rosters off by heart. But if they are, I think this will be a great insight to see how strong they can be against some of these international teams. And yeah, I'm really excited to see how they can perform with, obviously, lag, because it's international, and under the pressure of winning a tournament.
Indeed. But enough about them. The match we'll be commentating right now will be Europapa versus Surimink. And these are two teams I have not heard of before. They seem to be comprised of some newer players, so I am looking forward to see how they fare against each other.
Yeah, looking at these teams now, Europapa and Surimink, I'm really excited because obviously one of them is a Eurovision reference for Joost Klein for the Netherlands, so that's a team I'm going for already. And there are some returning players on the team of Europapa. Benji Fishy was one of the players from Meow Meow I'm a Cow from last week that unfortunately got reverse swept against, I think, the Australian team or another team, and then went out in losers finals. But from looking at those games, this team seems really strong. So I'm really excited to see if these guys can stomp out Surimink, or if they can come back and make a big difference in the game.
Indeed. Just going off what you said about them, I think they may be very big underdogs against the two other top-seeded teams.
Yeah, I do think that with enough grit, I think Koi could win this tournament. Obviously, with the amount of firepower that Koi has, they are incredibly good at shutting out. I know Tiger really likes to sit on that 52 gal sometimes. George is absolutely lethal on pretty much any weapon he plays, and Kodge with any backline is just really oppressive. And also, depending on maps, some maps could definitely play in favor of other teams. Kraken is like a really good example on tight choke maps of, say, like Manta Maria, and if it was in this game, Port Mackerel. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how much counterplay we can see, if we get any splatter color screens as well. That's a really good tool for pushing and defending, so here we go.
Indeed, enough about that. We'll be now moving on to the Rainmaker Scorch Gorge game of Surimink versus Europapa.
We have a heavy edit on one side and a Hydra on the other, so we have the Battle of the Splatlings, and presumably they'll just sit on the snipe. Ultra Stamp, Reef Slider, Booyah Bomb, Tri-Strike on blue. Ooh. That's a bit of a kind of a ratty types of specials, but it should be alright.
Indeed. Surimink already going out with 2 members down, but it seems like they can take out 2 more members of Europapa. Taking out 3 members, they just go shot for shot, and now it seems like Europapa is the dominant team on the field, popping the Rainmaker and having enough members back to mount a push.
Yeah, Europapa just able to get all those opening kills. It pretty much just certains map priority, and it just gives you so much time to make a push and break that checkpoint.
Indeed. With that little fumble in the beginning, it seems like they're just doing an absolute dominant play, just charging for the checkpoint. It seems like the Octo Shot managed to take out the Rainmaker carry for a turn, but it seems like, they can't rest for too long. Surimink are just falling against Europapa's overall pressure.
This is really tight. Surimink able to get the pop.
It seems like Surimink will be pushing back Europapa, but it seems like Europapa is still putting up a fight, not being pushed all the way back into mid. They're still in Surimink's field, and it seems like they took out the Rainmaker.
That is pretty good for Europapa. Now that it's still back at that pedestal. So if one of them can just sneak around and get a pop, get it scored, maybe.
Ooh, but it seems like Surimink just kills them once again just before getting the check. And it seems like that is a knockout.
That is game. That was very good offensive pressure from Europapa from the start to the finish. That is what I expected from this team. We saw how strong they were last week. I wonder if they can keep this up.
Indeed. Surimink, despite having that all-out brawl in the start of the game, they just kind of fell apart against Europapa's just overwhelming offense. They managed to just like slowly but surely push out Europapa, but Europapa were just not dying quick enough and just were not being pushed back well enough for them to really get the advantage back from Europapa. Seems indeed, but it seems, but nope. We still have two more games to go. So maybe Surimink can take the next two games back against Europapa in Mako Mart zones and Manta Maria tower control. And I think people who have watched this stream before probably know my opinions on the next two maps. I love Mako Mart, while I hate, Manta Maria with a passion.
Manta Maria, ugh.
Yeah, Manta Maria.
I hated that map in Splatoon 2, and I hate it now.
High up. But it seems like we will now be moving on to match point for Europapa on Mako Mart Zone.
Ooh, the foil squeezer and double shot. That is splatter color screen, 2 Zookas, and the header with a cooler. And Ultra Stamp, Reef Slider, Booyah Bomb, and Tri-Strike. So same comp coming out from Surimink. And yeah, this is a very, very offensive comp from Europapa. I want to see if they can get those opening splats again. And they do get the zone, but one goes down on left stack and another one on right.
Ooh, but it seems like Europapa is still having control of the zone, taking out the stab, going for them. It seems like they have quite a strong control of mid, taking out the Hydra Spotling. And with Kaiser going back into the base of Surimink, I don't think Surimink will be making out of their spawn anytime soon.
Yeah, and the Zookas are just being really oppressive to that Hydra up top. I do not... oh, no, they do get one. But yeah, they will go down shortly after the both one shot down and the squeezer is just respawning now. I don't think they'll be able to hold the zone much longer with the Booyah Bomb, the Ultra Stamp. Yes, all of the Dapples go down. This is getting really tight now.
But it seems like Europapa's remaining two members on the field stalled for long enough to hold control of the zone and allow their team members to come back, and it seems like they're on the track for a knockout second time in a row, and that's them winning this round.
Yep, that is Europapa taking another KO. As expected in the preview, I really did think that these guys would have that huge offensive pressure, and that shows. The double shot and the squeezer, they are able to put a splatter color screen out front, and then the Zooka shots either through it or over it into roughly where the enemies were. That just pretty much locked them out from left snipe and even a bit of the ink rail and on that little drop area where you spawn. And the fact that they were able to just cycle those near completely just pretty much guaranteed the lockout and the win for Europapa.
Indeed for Europapa. They just had really, really good positioning on top of just a very oppressive and meta-heavy comp. Despite only having 2 members on the field and like a Booyah Bomb displacing them, they just still managed to push back and just hold Surimink long enough to just hold the zone and not allow them to get the zone at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much the basis of zones. You just want to get them, get the zone, and then lock them out for as long as you can. And I think it really shows how good teams are when they can go from 100 to 0 and they don't even like lose control of it once. It really shows how offensive, how scared, how oppressive you as a team can be, rather than like faltering midway through the match. And I think that is reflected here in this set here.
All right. Europapa will now move on to face emoji phase. I'm just gonna say it as that for now. But into the next round. But I think we will now be moving on to a small break until we move on to the next round. So we will see you again shortly. Hello and welcome back to Blue Ring Rumble 10. We are now be bringing you Eric versus Europapa.
Yes, Europapa makes a return against __. And I'm really excited to see, because we have some pretty known well players on emoji face, with Hashi being the main standout and the captain. And Europapa, as we just saw, very dominant in that last set. So I'm really excited to see if these two teams can go head to head and maybe get into a stalemate in one of these matches here.
Indeed. Erg is, in fact, currently seed 1 for this tournament, and Europapa was seed 4, so they might be going into some trouble facing each other.
Yeah, I'm a little bit nervous to see if Europapa will go down, because I've already made it clear that I'm rooting for them here. They're my Eurovision represents, and I really hope that they can get the win here.
Indeed. Europapa are just, in fact, the underdogs of this tournament, because not only do they have to beat Erg, they're gonna have to face either Koi or Glep on my Glep in the next round if they even do win.
Yeah, the Koi matchup is going to be brutal for any team, because we know how good everyone on that team is. Everyone is so good at pressure, at I want to say retaining that momentum. And while it is true that these other two teams have that really good offensive pressure, sometimes they can get outclassed by the other people, and that is it's a skill issue. And I do think that Koi could have an upper hand here with their weapon pools.
Indeed, as we've seen in previous Blue Ring Rumbles, we've had many teams specialize in just overall oppressive offense. And once they go against another team that specializes in that, it's very clear which team is better at what they do.
Yeah, teams in general are definitely better in certain modes. My team, we're definitely better in Clan Blitz, which is ironic because I hate Clan Blitz. But it seems from the two Blue Ring Rumbles that I've seen so far, and for the players that I've seen, OCE tends to be really good at like Rainmaker, especially. So I expect Koi to get a Rainmaker win. But for international stuff, it's always been TC and I want to say Clan Blitz, which I've seen them really excel. So I'm really excited for the Inkblot Clan Blitz game we have first, and I want to see if we can, first of all, no crack and cheeses, because crack and cheese is boring, but I want to see some real good pushes here, like maybe 3 down or something.
Indeed, but since the mid-season patch last month, crack and cheese is no longer as strong as it used to be. But and it's gotten given way for the normal meta to spread into Clan Blitz as well. And Inkblot Art Academy is quite a good map for Clan Blitz.
Inkblot in itself has been a good map since its inception, for me at least. In all of the ranked modes it's on, it does get rid of that big chunk of artwork in the middle, which I think is good, obviously, because the Rainmaker and Tower start there. And I think it's good to have that space in the middle. It's really good that the stacks stay there. And in most of the modes, there's that paintable wall up on the left for an easy push up to their plat, which is really good for sharking weapons. And obviously, weapons excel really good on this map, mainly rollers, because the ledge is perfectly positioned where you can just ledge camp with pretty much any type of roller, dynamo, flingser, carbon, and the splat roller, obviously with that bubble, which makes it even better because they really cannot hit you through that. And yeah, I'm really just exciting to see what weapon pools we could see here. We will probably see more of the same, probably Snipe Rider, Splatter Shot, 52 Gal, but we could see some gimmick weapons that come through for Clan Blitz. But we're about to hop in and see what that is, so let's find out.
Indeed. Erg versus Europapa. Who will win? We'll find out now.
Lunar Blaster Neo, double shot and foil. Headit, Gal, Junior, and double Gal. Oh, I see. Europapa.
Gal.
Europapa running the double shot again from last set. Oh, never mind.
It seems like a mistake happened on one of the teams, so we'll be going back into the map screen to talk it out just a little bit more before the game actually starts.
Well, from what we just saw, we can make some assumptions. We saw a Lunar Blaster, And that is... Acing did pull that out last time, and he was very good with it. So I'm excited to see what he can do with it again. He was very lethal on many of the maps, and this should be no exception. Inkblot, like I just said, good for ledge camping, and blasters, especially the Lunar Blaster with its ginormous radius, can do that really well. But we also saw 252 gals on the side of Erg, which is, I wouldn't say it's unusual, but I would expect maybe a 96 gal?
Indeed, it's not as common for any team to run double gal.
Yeah, double gal, it seems like you can definitely pull it off, but if you were to do double gal, they're on the right idea. I'd say double 52 has to be the better option, simply because of how much paint 52 can put out compared to the 96, even if you have to lose that bit of range and crack it. But who knows? Let's see if they stick with it or not as we come back into game 2, or game 1, sorry, again.
It seems like Europapa remains unchanged, remains slightly changed, pushing out one of their shots for a gal, but it seems like Erg has completely overhauled their comp.
Yeah, we have only 152 gal now, and the Snipe Rider come out from someone, whoever that Snipe Rider is. And we also have the Lunar Blaster that is staying on, so I'm excited to see who can get this, or if Acing can get some really intense kills here with the Luna.
It seems like one goes down on the side of Europapa, also having another part of Erg getting taken out 2v3 on the vid. It seems like they're just doing an all-out brawl in mid. It seems like no team is making all that much headway towards the basket. But just as I say that, Erg makes it into Europapa's basket and are on their way transferring a power clam.
Yeah, Benji Fishy able to just push out barely to left stack, but they have so much offensive pressure on the side of Erg. Although Acing goes down with that Luna, Snipe Rider just shooting across the map, able to take out Benji Fishy on that gal, and another one goes down. But now 2 downs on the side of Europapa. Can they get a push here? No, the wall will block them, and they do end up getting a ball into the basket. Now they're on the defensive, 1 goes down, but they get the trade. There's 2 down on the side of Europapa, and Acing is getting the clams in. He gets all of his clams in, and he still has Stamp. Can he throw it up? Can he get any more splats? No, he seems to have ran away. And Benji Fishy able to stabilize, but he dies immediately.
Indeed, much as you said about how easy it is just to camp the ledges. As a Lunar Blaster, Acing comes out and takes out a member of Europapa on field, saving his team, and it seems like Erg has not really been deterred, and despite being pushed back into mid, they have control of the rest of the map and are currently setting themselves up for another power clamp to go into Europapa's basket. It seems like now goes in, fighting the members of Europapa. It seems like that managed to have 3 of their members taken out, and are making their way into Erg's basket.
That was a very good comeback in terms of turf control and splats for Europapa. But as I say that, 2 go down off of a jump, but they do get the kill on the Ultra Stam. So map control is slightly in favor of Erg now, as they do get 1 more kill onto the Squeezer. But can the shot do something in the middle? He gets the trade. Now Benji Fishy's there with the gal on the wall. He runs away. Lunar Blaster, left stack, everyone's back up. The Zuka will come out. Can they get a pick? They nearly get the head it, but he's able to get away. This is getting very intense.
Indeed, it seems like Erg is making more and more headway through mid, but it seems like my commentators just decided to activate right then, because 2 of their members get taken out. Now a 3rd, and it seems like Europapa are now making their way towards the basket, making a power clam 3v4. Will they be able to make it into your Erg's base, or will they be pushed back by Acing?
And as you say that, Acing will go down to the lethal shot of Kaiser. Then the head it will go down to Akami with that gal. And Zenith picks up the cooler. He has Zuka. Can he do anything with this? 1 goes down the bottom right. He can't find him. I think he's just going to save that Zuka for now. There's not really an opportunity to push. Nope, he will use it now. I don't think he's got one. Last shot. No kill.
Yeah, and it seems like Europapa, despite being able to turn the tables against Erg, are currently lacking some to really make their way straight towards the basket and get a power climb in. And just as I say that, both the members of Europapa get taken out by Erg, and it seems like Erg will be setting themselves up for another power climb into the basket.
Yep, the power clam will come out. There's no more penalty either. They smash through that penalty. But Europapa able to quickly get back on their feet. They take out the Luna. Oh, but the shot! Zenith! Zenith with a triple! They completely crumble Europapa's defense. But the basket's back up. Akami with that gal trying to take out Benji Fishy. But he's able to get the kill, and Acing gets revenge. But that was a magnificent triple from Zenith right there.
Indeed, smooth and just flawless. It just seemed like Europapa was just charging towards into Zenith's shots, but it seems like Zenith just had that really good aim going for them.
Now they head it. He's found the gal. No, never mind. That's a wipeout. Everyone's died immediately, in coordination. And Acing able to get that new power clam into the basket. There's 7 seconds left. I don't think basket can be up long enough, but we see one person has 6 clams. They're going to try and score in overtime. No, they will back away. There's only about 30 seconds left now in overtime for Europapa to get this win. They have Pity Ball. Zenith also has a power. He's just trying to stall. There should be enough room. The screen will come out. One goes down. Zuka's up. They go down. The ball's right there. Wipeouts.
And unfortunately for Europapa, they just got absolutely stalled out in overtime, and the first point will go to Erg.
That was a good show of offensive power from Erg. As we saw, that Snipe Rider, that 52 gal, was just positioned perfectly the whole match. Just able to take turf control pretty much instantly. And the fact that they were able to do that consistently throughout the match, I'm really impressed, I want to say, because we saw how dominant Europapa was in the last set, and I'm wondering, well, if they just got taken out, I don't think they had turf control once that match, other than at the start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even when Europapa just reversed the tables and basically shut down Erg on their first or second pushes, they just were not able to just claim back any of the map back from Erg, and even when they did, it was quickly shut down just as quickly as they got it.
Yeah, and about that, I actually want to just bring up that awesome triple from Zenith again. As they were pushing in for that second power clam, it was just at the end, but when Europapa looks like they're about to get back on their feet, 3 people were down on the side of Erg. It was just Zenith alive from memory. And they're just able to get in on the left and kill 3 of Europapa's members and just completely stall the comeback. And I think that was right there. Look at that. That is a brilliant triple from Zenith. And that just completely denied all turf control for Europapa for the rest of the match. And I think that put the nail in the coffin for that first win.
Indeed, and we'll now be moving on to Hagglefish Market Tower Control. Any opinions on that map?
TC Hagglefish. I'm a personal fan of this map, especially if you have Bubble. Bubble on the first check is really good because it's one of the big checks. And if you can get a Bubble on there and also just have that much offensive pressure, we could see another Lunar Blaster again because there's enough range for it to shoot up and deal damage. So yeah, I'm very excited to see, and let's see if who can do what. Get some dubs, get some kills, and see if the pushers can get it all the way to the KO point.
And it seems like both teams have not changed their comps in the slightest, and it seems like both teams are now duking out in mid, but seems like Acing is the first to be taken out. Kaiser going out for the Zuka, pushing back members of Erg. And it seems like
It's a weird name.
And it seems like despite getting the tower in the first part of the match, Erg has managed to just take back the tower and now pushing towards the first checkpoint.
That's Zuka going through middle, just killed, I think, 2 people. And that opened the floodgates for Erg EP to get that another kill onto the third, and then also take out Benji Fishy. And after they've got that tacticaler down, it's just dead now, as it's just been run over. but the Snipe Rider was able to position themselves on tower and just absolutely lay ink across the floor so they could let their team push up and get those kills.
Acing with the almost a double against Europapa, gets taken out by the shot, but it seems like Europapa are 2 down with... Did I just see Hashi just fall off the tower and fall into the water?
I think I did see that as well. I thought there's no extra space there, man. You might want to just watch where you're going.
It seems like a little fumble. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a huge fumble there because they're actually pushing back. But after that, they kind of lost turf control again. But yep, they've lost turf control now. Technically, with 2 down, the Headed able to challenge the Charger now, and Benji Fishy and Kaiser able to take back mid.
Now they're making their way towards the first checkpoint, having 2 members of ERG EP now taken out. It seems like this ball might be rolling towards Europapa's direction as they may take back the lead from ERG EP. And it seems like, just as they say that the Zuka takes out the Tower Rider, but it seems like they're not deterred in the slightest.
Yeah, this is why Zuka is really good, especially on tower. A lot of people love to use Tacticooler to just hide behind the tower, or hide behind anything, really. And on tower, Zuka is really good because those Zuka shots spiral around the tower, and the hitbox is really, really big. And as we saw, that completely turned the tides of that push.
Yeah, but it seems like Europapa were shut down by ERG EP and pushed back, but it seems like Europapa once again are getting the push going, taking out 2 members of ERG EP, and it seems like ERG EP is still putting up a fight, taking out 2 members of Europapa, 3 members, and it seems like they have fully shut down the push just as it started once again.
That was really unfortunate for Europapa, as Zenith and Benji Fishy were in that 1v1. Well, both players did miss a lot of their shots. In that entire downtime, 3 players on Europapa went down, and they're even going down again thanks to this Zuka from Zenith. The offensive pressure is just way too suffocating for Europapa right now, and here comes the Zuka to retaliate.
It seems like the Zuka did not manage to take out anybody, and it seems like ERG EP are getting past the second checkpoint with a wipeout against Europapa. I think this is going to be going really, really well in the direction of ERG EP.
Yeah, the wipeout just opened the gates right there. They were able to get that checkpoint. Oh, 1 dies on tower? No, Akami is there to get the knockout secured. That was a very good offensive show from ERG EP once again. The fact that they were able to just lock out Europapa from mid for nearly the whole match, it really shows how good weapon comps are and how good these players are. Just able to consistently get that offensive pressure onto everyone and just lock them out from mid and even in their own base at the end there. So it was very well done from ERG EP.
Yeah, despite Europapa showing quite an amazing show in their first round, they will be moving into losers bracket, facing what's the other team's name again? Let me just double check.
Surimink from memory.
Surimink once again in losers, I believe, but I may be wrong about that. But we will now have ERG EP moving into the next round, facing against whoever won in the match of Koi and Glep on my Glep.
That will be Koi with the winning of Glep on my Glep. Such a weird name. Yeah, Koi won 2-1 against Glep on my Glep, so we will have Koi versus ERG EP for the winners finals, I think? Yes, the winners finals. I'm very excited to see how that will go. Some of the strongest teams in this tournament.
So we will now be moving on to another break before we move on to the winners final. So we hope to see you guys once again shortly.
It's been a good day, good night. It's gonna be a good day, good night. Go. Go.
Hello and welcome back to Blue Ring Rumble 10. We will now be showing you Erg EP versus Koi in a best of 5 round in the winners finals.
Yes, this is the esteemed winners finals in a glorious best of 5, featuring 2 splat zones, one on Mahi and one on Marlin, Clan Blitz, Robo Roman, Humpback, Rainmaker, and TC Shipshape Cargo Company. I'm really excited to see how Erg EP, if they can keep the momentum from that really dominant 2-0 win against Europapa. And I want to see if Koi, the absolute Aussie demons, can put up a good stand to these guys and maybe get another sweep.
Indeed, these are two quite strong teams duking it out, and Koi winning against Glep on my Glep seem to be placing themselves on a very, very high standard against Erg EP.
They did win 2-1, so there was a bit of challenge there as they did drop a match. But either way, there's still some very strong players on the side of Koi, and I want to see how these international rivals can go up against them. We have some of Australia's best players here. Let's see how they go.
Indeed, we'll now be starting off in Mahi Splat Zones.
Hodge on that Sniper Rider as we expected. The 52 deco and the splatter shot, double splatter shot on the side of Koi. And on Erg EP we got another Sniper Rider, the Luna returning from acing, a 52 gal and a splatter shot. So same comp all around from last set.
Both teams seem to be running very, very similar comps, and it seems like they'll be duking out all in mid, but it seems like Koi has 3 of their members go down with Erg EP taking the zone.
Yeah, very quick lockout from Erg EP. Acing able to get that trade onto George before, and when he did that, everyone else was able to just get the picks and rush into the base due to Mahi's very small map design. But as we see, we've hit 58 points, so the water level will drop. That'll give more turf for both Sniper Riders to get their coolers out, and more turf for all Slayers and Frontliners to move around. Let's see what can happen here.
Indeed, now 2 teams are both 2 down, 2v2, duking it out for mid, but it seems like Erg EP still holding strong on the zone. Then, but just as I say that, Koi comes and contests, but it seems like they have 2 of their members get taken out, and Erg EP gets the zone once again, counting down 10, 9, 8. I think they're going to get the knockout once again against Koi, and they have.
Yeah, splat zones. It is that mode where you just need to be at your best, and Erg EP able to be that. Both teams may have had a Sniper Rider, and even at the end, George was able to get the kill on the Sniper Rider to just relieve some of that pressure, but they went down. And with obviously acing is just sitting at the ledge and just shooting those Lunar Blaster shots. Its AoE is so big, it's just able to take out everyone who's trying to come down from the plat and try and contest, and with no time on the clock, Koi will drop that first match to Erg EP.
Indeed, and Koi just were not allowed any room to even get a rest or even play the game against Erg EP. Erg EP was just in control the entire time, that entire game. Even when they were almost losing the zone, they got it back and just got that knockout just as quickly.
Yeah, splat zones, it's a really good mode, and Erg EP have shown that they are really good in that mode. I don't think they have been like captured on in splat zones yet. However, I'll probably be proved wrong in the VOD. But next match we have Clan Blitz Robo Roman, and as from experience, it's kind of hard to push on this map. And Erg EP, I feel like they can be a team that can really force one of those pushes with how aggressive they play, how fast the tacticals are coming out. But I am really expecting to see another 52 gal from both teams, so I want to see how those 1v1s could go. Probably another splatter shot, Sniper Rider, a must at this point because of that. I'm pretty sure you can throw a sprinkler on top of the ramen bowl, so that is just free turf at that point. And that leaves a utility slot, and that's the one weapon I'm excited to see what will happen. So let's jump in and find out if they have the same comps or not. We do have a change.
It seems like Koi has very much changed up their entire comp. going for a headed, double shot, and custom blaster.
Yeah, Koi's completely changed up their comp. Kodge moving off of the Snipe Rider in favor of the heavy edit. Also has that cooler, so that's good. And Tiger hopping on the custom blaster for the splashdown and able to get the kill on acing while the second Lunar Shot comes out. But the Zuka and the cooler will be in unison here. Tiger able to get a kill onto Zenith and their cooler, they get another one. That's 2 down for EP, or on the side of EP. And Kodge pushing up with the headed now. Are they able to get another pick?
Ooh, and it seems like they do, now leaving EP with 2 members down, but it seems like Alchemy has another thing to say about it, taking out Georgia and chasing after Coach, but it seems like Tiger is keeping the rest of EP busy for the rest of Koi to come back and give that support. But just as they see that, they have 2 more members get taken out, and it seems like EP are slowly making their way into base, but Zenith going behind Koi and catching them off guard, but it seems like that was not enough to take out Draco.
Yes, Draco with that splatter shot, just able to just cleanly get the kill and reset position. And now Georgia, enough clams to get the push going, takes out Zenith, but will go down. 2 down on the side for Koi. They don't have any clams either. Tiger has to get a pick here to try and revive this push, but will go down. There's too much auto fire on the side of EP to even chow that.
But just as you say that, like EP are now moving their way into Koi's base, making their way towards the basket and getting the power clam in. They only need a few clams to get the lead from Koi, but it seems like acing, distracting the team with the sap. Imagine to allow the rest of EP to get that lead. A very strong 33 points remaining. How will Koi get back their lead from EP now?
That was very clean from EP there. I don't know if anyone else saw, but as soon as the person who scored the original ball, they immediately super jumped back to base so they can get that pity clam from when they got scored on. And it worked so well because Koi never got any extra clams in, so it's a lot more worth it to get the power clam when it's kind of like easy or not as bad to get another one. And they were able to get that push down to 33 with the help of that clam that really accelerated the push. And now they're able to easily defend Koi again, who only got a power clam in, and they have another free pity.
EP now getting back mid. Zenith going out with the Zuka, pushing back Koi, and it seems like they're trying their hardest to push back EP for making it towards the basket. It seems like it was not. It is just as I say, it was not working. It seems like they managed to take out 3 members of EP, and this is Koi's chance once again to try and take back the lead.
Here comes Koi. The splashdown will get cancelled, but the other fist will be able to take out the shot. They're back up. The power clam is ready, 2 down. The Zuka is also ready. The Zuka will come out. The Snipe Rider goes down. Backline pressure is down. The shot gets picked out from the Zuka. However, Ultra Stamp comes out. He gets rid of Kodge. No heavy edit. But they get 2 power clams. They're only like 3 clams away.
Ooh, but it seems like they did not manage to survive long enough to take back the lead. Now leaving at a 40-point. Ooh. It was really close for Koi to get back the lead, but it seems like Acing had another thing to say about it with his stab and just Lunar Blaster.
This is very winnable for Koi. If they can find enough clams to make a power clam, they just need to score that and get around 3 or 4 clams in. But the thing is, with Acing going down, 2 go down now, the back line is still up, and that will mean coolers will still be coming out, and they get that pick onto the headed. Backline kills backline. That will kill a lot of offensive pressure for Koi. They won't have cooler for a little bit, and they also have another pity clam on top of the one that EP is holding.
And it seems like EP, knowing what is at cost if they allow Koi to get in, are just not letting up with their defense. Acing going out with the Luna, distracting the ball with the snapper, with Zenith picking out the ball. It seems like this is EP's game with only 20 seconds left. They are making their way towards the basket, not letting Koi even get the chance to get towards their basket. It seems like EP will be setting themselves up for a win this game.
Yeah, this has been a very good game from both sides, and obviously, yep, that no overtime needed. That is game. Erg EP take this game 2-0. Not over yet, as it is a best of 5. Could Koi make a comeback? I don't know. Let's see what happens in this next game.
That comp change up from Koi did give them some power and like advantage against Erg EP, allowing them to get them like a very strong lead at the beginning and a later push with 2 power clamps. If the tables were in their favor just a little bit more, they might have won that clamplets game. So it's very, very likely that if Koi decides to lock in, they can potentially get that reverse sweep against Erg EP.
That Clam Blitz game that we just witnessed, it was really unfortunate that Kodge went down to the pencil at the very end there. As they had that power clam, there was enough time to get a push going. But when that pencil got the kill, that was nearly like putting the nail in the coffin, as they just lost their midline or their middle of the map pressure, as everyone else was already distracted in their own 1v1s. So when they lost that midline pressure, they just lost that last cooler in, I think, the last 45 seconds. And now that their backline was down, that just gave Erg EP's pencil just so much room to just paint and bring back map control. And because of how good Pencil is and how good at how it does everything pretty much good, it's just guaranteed map control for Erg EP and just pushed back Koi to their spawn. And they didn't have any range to compete with the backline pressure and the absolute fluidity that Erg EP was bringing with their movement and their splats.
Indeed, indeed. But it seems,
However,
Koi with that change up with the blaster gave them quite, that strong offensive power, because in their Mahi Mahi game, they just went all in on just the frontline shooters, and that really cost them against acing, especially because them just charging towards acing was not good enough, because acing just had that control over the area with the Lunar Blaster. Just even if the other members of Koi dodged the Lunar Blaster, the Lunar Blaster's area effect will still damage them.
yeah, the custom blaster switch is honestly not what I expected, as Splashdown in Splatoon 2 and Splatoon 3 obviously shook away all your clams upon activation. So obviously using it as an offensive tool, very good, but in terms of the actual objective, it is kind of weak due to it just throwing away all the clams. Sure, they don't disappear, but they do spread out, and seconds matter a lot in this game. And the fact that they all went away is really hard to get them all back really quick, especially in their base. But it's Rainmaker Flounder now. Rainmaker Humpback, sorry. And let's see who can pull out the win here. Can Erg EP get the 3-0 sweep, or can Koi come back and do a reverse?
It seems like both teams have changed up their comps. They've switched out Tiger for Hime, and it seems like Zenith is now on the Nautilus.
Immediate wipeout for Erg EP. They got 2 kills right off the rip, and they're just going to make their way to the first checkpoint. But whose Jelly actually falls, or Hashi, sorry, falls. And they're just lobbing shots with the Rainmaker. That's a very good angle.
Indeed. I think that little parkour fail still worked in their favor, and it seems like Koi has 3 members go down. This is just going into the favor of Erg EP. This is just their game. A really, really quick game, and it seems like Hashi charging for the check. For the goal, and gets the knockout in a record time.
That is a very dominant match. You can look at the flyover there. Just shots out from spawn from Erg EP. No paint on either side. Get pop, get check, get the goal.
That game happened so quickly that we couldn't really say much.
Yeah, it was just offensive pressure right out the gates from Erg EP. We saw before, 2 people from Koi were able to get to the left snipe. 2 people from Koi were down, and that Nautilus just so good at putting offensive pressure. It has good range. You can recharge it. You can hold the charge. You can corner peek with it. It's everything about that whole situation was just so good for Erg EP, and this shows in how quickly they KO'd Koi.
Now Koi will now be moving into the losers finals, going against Glep on my Glep once again. So we know how that game went off with a 2-1 with Koi winning, but Glep on my Glep could just easily win the losers round and come back and face against Erg.
Very sad that Europapa could not make it to losers finals. They do fall to Glep on my Glep, but at least there is a silver lining. All teams will be streamed today, so that means everyone can have a chance, look back at what they did wrong, how they could be better. I think it's always good when everyone gets a chance to be on stream. They always have a chance to just reflect, and yeah, I hope Glep on my Glep takes this opportunity and sees if they can improve their gameplay, win or lose.
Indeed. So we'll now move on to a very, very short break before we move on to the losers final. So we'll see you soon. Hello and welcome back to Blue Ring Rumble 10. We are now bringing you losers finals, Koi versus Glep on my Glep. And we've seen how these two teams have gone against each other, with Koi managing to eke out the win by just 1 point against Glep on my Glep. But who knows? Glep on the Glep may just have the ultimate comeback against Koi, and we'll move on to the grand finals and face EP. But we who knows? Because it's a throw-up between these two teams. Koi, despite having the very, very strong offense, lost against EP. EP's own offense. So we haven't seen how Glep on my Glep have played at all. So we'll find out very soon.
Obviously, Glep on my Glep did fall to Koi earlier in the tournament, but remember, they did take a game off, and we are in another best of 3. This is not a best of 5. So same stakes, except the stakes is if you lose this, you're out of the tournament instead of you go to losers. So let's find out who will go where in Game 1 on TC Mako Mart.
And it seems like Glep on my Glep have pulled out quite an unconventional card, with the Octobrush being one of these front lines.
And T-Girl swag on that Octobrush. Octobrush on Mako is kind of an interesting choice. There isn't many places to use a Zipcaster, as you really, when you use Zipcaster, you want to just fling the ink downwards. But Kodge able to get a real good opening splat there, but will nearly fall to the brush? No.
their coach managing to jump out, and it seems like both the brush and the shot on my Glep get taken out, and this is Koi's opportunity to make their way into mid and get the tower moving towards the first checkpoint.
Yeah, the first checkpoint, it will get there, but George strikes able to just delay it. Oh, sorry, not George strikes. The strikes that are now dead, actually. Able to just delay it, but it's back. There's a huge contest here. The roller able to ledge camp, but Draco will go down. The heavy edit pre-charges, it's still there. It's past the checkpoint, but they go down. It's a really good defense here from Glep and my Glep, but they do lose that checkpoint. And as it is being checkpoint 1, look at the top. There's a lot of space there where the tower has free roam, so that is kind of a huge loss there for Glep on my Glep.
Oh, but it seems like Glep and on my Glep get distracted by someone on the side of Koi, shocking them, and they get pushed back before they even get on the tower and make their way towards the first checkpoint, with Koi now pushing back into mid.
The Zipcaster did come out, and like I said, there wasn't many places to use that. They did try to use it on the roller, but they couldn't get the kill, and they do end up trading. And now they're the last one alive, just sitting on left stack. Oh, but he's been spotted. He's getting shocked on. He's spamming this way, and they get taken out by the T-Tech. The strikes from Candy will come out. They're going to delay him, one on tower and one on left stack, trying to flush out the enemy, and they get him to retreat. Good strikes from Glep on my Glep.
Now they are pushing back Koi with bombs, making their way all cool it up, but it seems like Jorge pulls out the tri-strike to try and stop Glep on my Glep from making their way even further. It seems like to have worked with 2 members of Glep on my Glep taken out. It's just an all-out brawl in mid once again, but it seems like Koi are making their way, taking out 2 members holding mid, and with only the pedant and the machine left, it seems like they will fall against Koi.
And well done to Kodge in a 1v1 against the Tentatek on left stack, able to get the win there. 3 taps needed to kill, and they took him out. But the strikes are ready now for Candy. They're going to try and stop the tower. They land one on there to stall it, but 2 of them are dead. George is flanking with Cooler. No, he decides to come back to the objective, and now we get the T-Tech 1v1. It's a trade. No one wins. And the machine now coming from behind, but they fall. And now they have the tower again. Full offensive pressure. The pencil's on the tower. The Zuka will come out. They will lob shots. They get one. They don't get another, but they're keeping this offensive pressure up. They're moving to the last checkpoint now. 3 down from Glep and my Glep. Strikes from George come out, just zoning everyone away from the tower. Kodge, there's someone behind them. It's the Brush, but they don't know. And now someone else is on the tower, and they're able to get the KO. Glep and my Glep just being surrounded by all the specials from every player from Koi. They're just able to just get it to the knockout just before someone else is able to contest the tower. Very well played from Koi, and a very good attempt from Glep and my Glep.
Yes, because Koi's positioning in those last few members were just absolutely outstanding. Despite Coach going down, there was always someone there to get to pick up the slack and get on the tower, or just keep the other members of Glep on my Glep busy, just so they can keep moving forward on the tower.
Glep on my Glep did have a little bit of like a spark of hope when they were able to get it just near the first checkpoint. But as soon as George got those strikes back, he was able to just get them off of the tower due to its invulnerability and instant kill potential. It kills really fast. So it's a very threatening tool, especially on Mako Tower, as the tower, it seems to move a little bit slower, it feels like. But that's just me. So obviously strikes are just good on tower in general, but when they're able to get it just before that checkpoint as well, it just really just puts that added pressure on for the attacking team, because when you don't make it to the checkpoint, that means you don't even eat into the timer. And if you can't just be stuck on the first checkpoint for the whole game, otherwise you're not going to win. So very well played from Koi. It's able to get a perfect special rotation and to keep map control and keep up those splats. Well done to Koi. We still have Rainmaker Undertow.
Indeed. Despite Koi having a very, very dominant play on Mako number, Glep on my Glep managed to take off a game against Koi in the winner's bracket. So this can just easily go into their favor in these last 2 games.
As we saw from last game from EP, Rainmaker matches can end pretty quick, so this could go well ways for anyone here, especially with the Undertow rework that happened a while ago, with that left side not being uninkable anymore. It is very quick to get a KO at the risk of getting splattered due to being a little bit closer to the spawn on the right, but that's a risk you gotta take anyway. I'm really excited to see if people could take the other push, the push on the right, as that ramp is a bit more open and it's still uninkable, but you do get more points for distance. So let's find out as we hop into Undertow Rainmaker.
Ooh, and we see Glep on my Glep and and Koi pull out some really unconventional picks.
Hodge has been practicing the Dynamo, so this is new for the tournament scene, but they are pretty good with that backline Dynamo. They're able to get kills when needed, unless that happens. Goose with a huge direct onto Hodge, and they get the wipeout. That'll be first checkpoint. Remember what I said before this match started? It is a Rainmaker match. These matches can go either way. And now both splatter shots are down. That gives added pressure for Glep on my Glep. They're able to get it to the first checkpoint, but Azuka's up now. Ooh, T-Girl Swag will go down. Georgia able to get another one. Delta will go down, and that's a wipeout for Koi.
Ooh, just as quickly as they were taken out, Koi now quickly gets the Rainmaker and goes towards Glep on my Glep checkpoint, but it seems like Glep on my Glep are just a little bit more prepared, already there, prepared to take out the Rainmaker, and they do, and pushing back 2 members of Koi, even George by himself with the Zuka near the Rainmaker. Will he survive long enough for his teammates to come back and support him? Or will he take it out by Glep on my Glep? And it seems like it is, with 3 members of Koi down. This is Glep on my Glep's chance to get an even bigger lead. But just as I say that, Draco goes out with a triple.
That was really unfortunate for George. We saw him squid roll into the Rainmaker and he swam up the podium, but he never actually got the Rainmaker. He must have been fooled to not get that Rainmaker. And obviously that Draco triple was absolutely huge to regain mid control. And they have Zuka now. They should be able to rebuild a push here, and Draco's going to try and get at least 1 kill with the Zuka, but no, he's denied.
Ooh, but it seems like they managed to take out 3 members of Glep on my Glep, but at a cost. Just as I say that, they take out another 3 members of Glep on my Glep, get the lead from Glep on my Glep, but it seems like they got shut down by the respawning members.
That was very well played from Koi there, just able to get that checkpoint. Kodge with some very good squid swimming through the war zone that was happening there. Able to get the check, and George with the follow-up, just able to push that lead onto the Inkable now, get it up to 33. But will Glep on my Glep able to come back? Who knows? We have a bubble ready. Azuka will come out now. That will give some pressure. One of the shots goes down, and so does the backline. Another shot has just respawned though, and the blaster is still up somewhere. So here comes the challenge. The shot will try and 1v3, but he gets a trade. We see an ouch coming from mid-stage. That means one of them is behind. This is Delta's opportunity, but no! Koch is there with the Dynamo. Just able to anchor down and get the Rainmaker kill just before the Zuka comes out. Very well played there from Koi.
Ooh, and it seems like Candy was distracted by Draco, allowing Coach to take them out, but it seems like they gave the rest of Glep on my Glep enough time to respawn, but just as I see that, Draco comes out with Azuka, taking out 1 member of Glep on my Glep, going up for another, trying to get a T-Girl Swag, but it seems like they managed to get the bubble out to defend themselves. So Koi, despite getting that very strong counter push, get shut down and left to move in there, but just as I say that, once again they push back. Glep on my Glep with 2 members down. It seems like this is going in favor of Koi.
We have 2 Zukas ready on the side of Koi now, and we did actually see one of Glep on My Glep's members try to just sneak around to the left and get a little kill, or just pick up the Rainmaker and try and get a ninja lead there. But they got found out by Georgia and they went down. And now I think Kodge has the Rainmaker. Yes, she does, and she's just gonna try and just stall this out for a little bit. Obviously, Candy now from behind with a splatter shot, forced to move. But this way will tell her team, if they have been told already, that there's someone there, and they do get taken out by Draco. Now Kodge looking to try and extend this offensive. Georgia, he's going in, but he doesn't have a Zuka yet. He's nearly there. He's going into the grinder. He's still alive, and he's able to get one. He's at the final podium. He pulls out Zuka now. The tactical will come out. Goose able to pick it up on the RB, and he's able to take out one. The Rainmaker is at 1 point left. Really close for Koi. This could be the nail in the coffin for Koi here.
But it seems like Draco sharking, catching T-Girl Spike by surprise. Managed to take out the Junior, but it seems like that leaves the rest of the Glep undeterred. With Draco so far back that T-Girl getting taken out has not really changed anything. But it seems like the remaining members, Georgia trying to shock behind, trying to take out the Rainmaker. Absolutely failed. The Tiger trying to pick up his slack, but it seems like it's not working. Glep on My Glep trying their hardest to make their way through that little choke point, but it seems like Koi is just being unrelenting, pulling out the Zuka. How will Delta get through this at all? But it seems like they managed to get taken out, and that is Koi's win. Now allow them to move onto the grand finals with a revenge match against EP.
Koi with that 2-0 victory against Glep on My Glep. No games dropped this time to just prove that they are a very good team. And yes, the grudge match against EP for Koi has been granted by sheer will. And I'm very excited to see if Koi, with this newfound momentum, are they able to get a really, really good game off the rip here? Or will they have to come back throughout the set? Will EP still be as solid as we saw them before? Only time will tell.
Indeed. So that means we will now be moving on to the grand finals. Koi versus EP. So we'll go one more final time into a short break. So we will see you in the grand finals. See you then. Hello and welcome back to Blue Ring Rumble 10. And now we'll be giving you guys the grand finals.
The grand finals is here. ERG EP versus Koi. We have a grudge match from the winners finals. ERG EP with a dominant 3-0 in the winners, but Koi with their momentum now, 2-0 sweep in the losers. So very exciting match here. Will ERG EP be able to carry their momentum from the winners finals, or will the newfound momentum from Koi and the losers help them to get any games off here? Very exciting.
Indeed, they'll be facing off first in Rainmaker Museum Delfonsino. And once again, once we said about Rainmaker games, this could end very, very quickly for either team now that they're on a roll.
The Rainmaker match we saw in the last set on Humpback ended really quick, I think under a minute and a half. So if ERG EP can replicate that performance here, who knows what can happen.
But Koi winning a Rainmaker game as their final game, could go in their favor as well. But we'll see now with this game starting.
Roughly the same comps from both teams as we saw before. Acing still on that Luna with a Snipe Rider from Hashi again, the 52 and the shots. Yeah, same comp on ERG EP, and we've returned to the double shot, but no 52 Gal on the side of Koi.
Indeed, with ERG EP opening the game with a bubble pop and control of mid. They can't take out 3 members of Koi. Now with the wipeout, they go for the checkpoint. And just as they go for the checkpoint, Hashi gets taken out, leaving 2 members to get taken out really, really quickly, with Acing going down just after them. Now Koi has the Rainmaker moving their way into mid with Draken pulling out the Bazooka to push back ERG EP, but it seems like Acing has another thing to say about it, pulling out the Snapper, but that Snapper gets taken out. The Rainmaker also getting taken out, leaving Koi with only Draco left.
And Draco's in a very precarious situation here and will probably go down in the next couple seconds. And yes, there it is. That Rainmaker as well, not able to push up to the check. A lot of pressure from ERG EP just keeping them out. And Akami just also trapped in the corner. They barely have any ink. The shot will go down. They get a couple more points. Hashi and Draco's just slaying out. Able to get another one on the ramp, but he will go down to Akami, and they get another. And now Zenith is pushing the shield. Akami will go down with Whale. They might pop that from spawn. Acing has an Ultra Stamp ready, but can they get in front of the Rainmaker to help them push? Hashi hopping over to the Rainmaker, painting the floor. But now Kodge is also on top with the Snipe Rider. George with a massive missile. It's Acing and Akami, and nearly gets a third, but unfortunately does not get it. But 3 down on the side of ERG EP. That will give Koi enough breathing room to reset, get this pop, and try and make a push.
Immediately, but Acing is ready for anyone to go for the ledge, taking out Draco. It just leaves 3 members of Koi left. It seems like Zenith will not allow the remaining members to really rest at all, or even get any breathing room, but it seems like they got taken out by the respawning Draco, with Coach being taken out, leaving the Rainmaker in quite an annoying spot in the corner.
Yeah, that is roughly where the cut is on Clan Blitz, and without that being there, it's just a very, as you said, a very awkward area. There's nowhere to really go. There is that little block to the right which gives you a bit of elevation, but you can't really make a push off of it. And they're actually able to get the checkpoint though with a good reset. Giorgio had a Zuka out and I think maybe got a pick, but I think he's still up, but 2 other members go down, the Pencil and the Blaster, and that gives ERG EP enough time to recalibrate and regain turf control on their base.
Indeed, the 2 members of Koi who were still alive just were not in the best of positions to really distract the rest of ERG EP long enough for their team members to come back. But it seems like, despite ERG EP moving the Rainmaker out of their base, die once again in that awkward corner spot, leaving both teams back to respawn and try and duke it out for the Rainmaker.
We saw George just drop down on the right flank there as you come out of spawn, and they're able to get one. and that was the catalyst for getting 3 down for Koi and just remaking this push. But now it's just been kind of a stalemate. When Tiger got that trade onto Akami on the 52 Gal, it just opened the door for EP enough time to just get back to mid and try and reset, get some turf up, and another trade goes down, but Tiger able to take out the shots.
Indeed, now pushing back, acing into that very, very awkward right pit. But it seems like the rest of EP are now jumping back in, allowing acing to just position themselves much more comfortably and stay alive with the Rainmaker while the rest of the team tries to take out the remaining members of Koi. With a trade on the side of Draco, allowing the rest of EP to try and pick off the rest of Koi. It seems like Koi manages to just contest well enough to take out the Rainmaker.
That was a huge missile there from Zenith as well. Gets that nice little pick onto Draco and then aiming straight down to kill Tiger. And with 20 seconds left, 2 down is not ideal. George is behind them though. They're able to just get around and take out Hashi. No pencil. The cooler is down though. That is 3 down. They have it in a really tough spot, but they're able to grab it down. Luckily, the mid was able to turn around and get to a position to where they could grab the Rainmaker, and now Draco with Rainmaker in hand. Only 1 automatic weapon on the field for Koi. The Pencil and Blaster are both up, but they can't seem to get in. The Rainmaker needs to get a pick here. The Zuka will come out for the side of Ergipi. No one gets hit. Akami with the Killer Whale. Will they get a Splash Wall for a defense? The Cooler will come out from Hashi. The Blaster will go down, and no. That is Rainmaker down. That is game 1 to Ergipi by a very, very slim margin.
Indeed. If like Koi managed to play that just a little bit more carefully, a little bit more just aggressively, they might have been able to get the lead. But no, EP just managed to just pull out the very, very impenetrable defense and take out the Rainmaker just as overtime was ending.
Yeah, it was very good from both teams there. Obviously a lot more closer than the Humpback Rainmaker game we saw before, as Museum isn't necessarily a whitewash map. But even then, both teams were able to get to that checkpoint, and no one really made a good push after that checkpoint. It was just a big stalemate for both teams, just stuck at that checkpoint. That just proves great defense from both sides.
Indeed. Both sides were just constantly trading with each other, just on plat, over and over again. And that just left them with just not enough players or just tools around to really let them make that pivotal push towards the goal.
And as we come into TC Inkblot, we just got to think, will we see any major comp changes like we saw in the last set? Obviously, we saw a T-Tech come out from George and a heavy edit. I think from memory, no, it was Pencil from Kodge. But no, we have a Dynamo from Kodge this time. And the T-Tech will come out again. And no changes for Erg-EP other than a tri-striking Octashot to take off the Zuka. So no Zuka for Erg-EP.
Indeed. Will that be the mistake that will let Koi get the win, or will that change be the reason Erg-EP will get this game once again? But it seems like Akame gets taken out by Koi, but it comes at a cost of 2 members of Koi getting taken out. But just as Akame jumps in, Tiger takes them out, leaving both teams quite in a precarious situation.
Yeah, the Ultra Stamp comes out now from Acing, but immediately gets cancelled. Very well done from Koi. And now Kodge able to take position onto that tower, but the Tri-Strikes will immediately shut them down. The Zuka is ready on George, and he brings it out. He sees 1 down left, he doesn't get the kill, and he doesn't get Zenith in the end. Oh, he's in a very tight 1v1 and able to get the kill onto George. The Cooler will come out. This will give mid control back to Erg-EP as Kodge will go down. There's no backline to support Koi. And now Tiger in an intense 1v1 gets rid of Acing, but Hashi able to get rid of Tiger in the end. The strikes come out, they stop tower, but George will also go down in the process.
Indeed. And that, despite stopping Erg EP just for a moment. They get wiped out by the rest of Erg EP with Hashi on that tower, getting through the first checkpoint. This seems like Erg EP's way of moving into Plat and just absolutely dominating Koi.
Yeah, Koi is really stuck up against a corner here. We see Tiger is behind, but there's nothing they can really do about it, as Tiger is just a blaster, and when it comes to point blank, although it may seem like a blaster can win, it's all about the shooters. But they are able to get one kill, but Hashi is still just pushing that tower to its limits, getting near the last checkpoint, and the strikes will come out for Erg EP again, just able to keep the relentless pressure onto Koi. We have strikes ready on Draco, but 2 go down, and acing down the offensive to Draco, and he goes down, and Hashi's still on the tower this whole time. They clear last checkpoint, acing with the Ultra Stamp, the strikes come out. The offensive pressure is just too much for Koi to handle, but no one's on tower. The 10 attack is right going up to tower. One goes down. No, the 10 attack will go down now. Hashi goes to tower, able to get back on. Tiger will go down. That's a wipeout. That is a KO win for Erg EP.
I think that entire push did not get stopped at all. It was just one continuous flow.
The whole push there, it was so sporadic and perfectly rotated out from everyone on Erg EP. We had some specials up for Koi. We saw the tri-strikes for Draco when two of his team members got taken out, but even then he wasn't able to pop them as he couldn't get anywhere safe, and that just gave so much offensive pressure for Erg EP, mainly Zenith and Acing. Especially in their base, Acing will excel with that Lunar Blaster, the massive burst radius, and Zenith with the shot in general, and with that Zuka, or sorry, not Zuka, the Tri-Strikes. Obviously just such a good offensive tool as well as defensive tool. Very well done there from Erg EP.
Indeed. And no, one thing I noticed on the second checkpoint for Erg EP, they were basically on a 2v1 and still managed to take out the 2 members coming after them, like allowing their push to not get stopped at all.
It was very well done there from Erg EP, specifically Zenith in general, able to just get so many good 1v1s and even 2v1s, as we saw, especially near the end there in that sporadic push. But as we move away from TC Inkblot now, we come to Umami Splat Zones. Now, the good thing about this is that this isn't a one-zone map, this is a double zone, so this means you'll need full mid-control, not just any reslider cheesing here, which we could see, we probably won't though. But another thing that is very strong, which makes Pencil so good, is these zones are perfectly vertical and very small. So it gives Pencil a lot of availability to just cap these zones within a couple shots.
We see an unchanged comp from Erg EP.
Oh, we
but
have
just
a
as
game end.
we have a game end, there seems to be a mistake on one side of either team, so we will be postponing Erg EP's match point just for now.
Well, as what we saw in that little pullout there, we saw Kodge on a ballpoint, and I can't remember the last time I've seen Kodge on ballpoint, but we need to think about the amount of range that ballpoint has. Obviously very good in its first initial release of its charge, as it fires really fast. It doesn't have much range though, but it is very versatile for when the enemies get up real close, so I'm a bit excited to see how that can come into play. And then the long range mode to just absolutely lay down ink from the silo onto the center and just shooting across the middle to get those zones.
Indeed. Maybe that inkjet is what Koi needs, that little aggressive special to just put Hashi and the rest of Koi out of position long enough for them to get the win.
Yeah, the aggressiveness has really come down from Koi from what we saw in their last set, as Erg EP have just been able to combat that aggressiveness with their own, and the real suffocation of how much damage Erg EP is doing in general. They have the 52 gal, they have a shot, they have perfect special rotations, and they're just able to completely regain map control near instant, even after 1 or 2 kills on the enemy side.
Ooh, and it seems like Koi have swapped out Tiger for Hime's the Splat roller, so maybe Hime's overall aggressive playstyle as the roller may be also what they need to win against Erg EP.
EP able... Oh, we saw George just stand still there for a second. I think that might have just been a sign of giving up. A bit of lag there. Acing gets a direct though. And EP able to take first control once again. We see Hime trying to challenge. They do get the kill on to Acing, but they will go down. They have a bubble out though. I don't think anyone will be able to jump to it as it will get shredded very quickly. And Zenith able to take back both zones. He has tri-strikes ready and he just launches them out right on top of Koi's heads.
So yeah, that real disjointed push by Koi into the beginning seems to invite them back just a little bit, but it seems like they managed to take back their power and wipe out EP, getting the zone and setting themselves up to get the lead from EP as they make their way, pushing back the respawning EP members.
There was that aggressiveness you were talking about. The Inkjet from Kodge able to help give Hime the advantage up onto EP's players. Was able to get those one-taps. And just like that, Koi have actually regained the lead against EP. Zenith is just by himself on the left and takes out George. He's still by himself, he's alive, and also takes out Draco.
And Acing going in with the stab, getting the right zone, but it seems like he got painted over by Koji. But it seems like the rest of EP have returned, pulling out the tri-strike. But it seems like Koji supporting Draco takes out Acing, leaving EP with 3 members left. This is Koi pulling out their absolute best and just holding on to that lead.
Yes, Koi is bringing out all the stops here in this grand final. This is a very suffocating map. If you can't break out, they're able to neutralize one zone and they're able to cap one. But Koi is also on the offensive. Kodge just looking to regain. Or they're able to neutralize one again. They've got control again. 4 ticks left. There's not enough time. That'll be a KO win for Koi. And it will be 2-1 in the grand finals. We will go to a game 4.
Indeed. Now that the momentum is going into Koi's favor, this is their opportunity to do off a reverse sweep against EP.
Yes, EP might be a bit worried now. We saw the aggressiveness come out from Koi in that match. The roller was really good, especially in that mid game. We saw them get so many ledge camp kills and they were able to get acing in the middle a lot, as they just outranged them, and even up on that mid, they're able to take out Zenith and kill Hashi on the retreat. There was a lot of places where Hime was just able to advance thanks to that pressing Inkjet, the Enzap Cooler, and the Splattershot Zuka, just in perfect coordination with each other.
Yep, Koji and Hime were just a really good combination, while the members of EP try and avoid the Inkjet shots. Hime is there to capitalize on their distress and take them out, and that was a good combo to let Koi get that game. But now we'll be moving on to Clam Blitz Scorch Gorge.
Yes, we've made it past game 3. There will not be a sweep in the grand finals. Clam Blitz Scorch. This is a very vertical map. I think we could maybe see return of the ballpoint as we just saw from Kodge. However, it will most likely end up being Snipe Rider due to how much open space there is on the right and left sides of this map. No. An unchanged comp for Koi, but we have a Nautilus instead of a Octoshot.
And we see that Hashi has gone off the pencil for an NZAP as well.
There's big changes on the side of EP. Obviously, the pencil hasn't worked out in last game, so they're going to try and use an auto weapon to just try and be a hybrid player, just be up front as well as giving them that support. And the aggressive Inkjet from Kodge, they're able to take out the Nautilus, and that opens up the gate to get some clams. And now 2 down for EP.
And it seems like Draco now taking out Hashi and pushing back EP's attempt at a push. It seems like EP's attempt to go into an all-aggressive, non-back-aligned comp may be biting them in the back, with Koi still having very strong control over the mid.
Yeah, Koi was able to get those kills, but EP able to, I think it was Akami, just able to take out Hime and Draco at the same time. That gave them mid control, just back for a little bit, and they stabilized. But Hime able to get one and gets the trade with Akami to 2 down now for Koi and EP. It's very balanced. Acing just farming the Ultra Stamp and has it in hand. The Nautilus also has Splashdown ready.
Yet no team has really made their way through mid and into the other team's base. It's just all-out brawl, a battle royale in the mid. None of them are even like getting the advantage at all, despite EP having that power. They can't even get close at all.
EP have just been completely locked out, and so has Koi. No one has been able to break the last line of defense, as both teams have just been losing 2 at a time. But now, as we say that, Koi goes down by 3, and now a power claim comes in and gets the first score.
Indeed, that just very, very patient picks from EP allow them to just get that very big window of opportunity. He may try to take out Acing, fails, but it seems like not. But at the cost of a trade, but still keeping the rest of EP alive, keeping that basket open. I don't think it's closed just yet.
Very close to closing, but they're just able to get clams in. They don't have any more, though. Acing has 3, but it's not going to be enough to KO even if they try, and they will go down.
But just because they go down and with that push finally ending, they get themselves a very, very strong 14-point lead over Koi. So all they have to do for the rest of this game is just basically go all in defense and not let Koi get a single climb into the basket, and this game may be set for them.
Yeah, the stage is set for a EP win here, but you never know what can happen. The aggressiveness is starting to come out from Koi with that Zuka, but everyone's just hiding behind the huge Scorch Gorge pillar and just able to stay safe from that Zuka, and they're able to get 2 picks onto Koi and 3 picks as Who's Jelly, or sorry, Hashi, with the ball, just able to push in now, and the ball point will go down, securing the ball into the basket.
Now that EP now has just the momentum of their first push, they are unstoppable right now. All they need to do is just a few more clams left, and they just get the knockout. It seems like Akame is keeping Koi quite busy. So if Hashi manages to get that power climb in, and with the rest of EP having clams at the ready, this might be their game. It seems like it might as well be, because Koi gets wiped out, only needing a few more clams left. EP gets the win and win the grand finals.
Yes, Blue Ring Rumble 10 is officially over, and your winners are EP in a 3-1 no bracket reset win. Well done to EP, and a very good try to Koi, able to get that win in game 3. They looked like they had that spark, and they did a very good match in game 3, but obviously EP, just after that initial triple kill, which enabled that first push, they were just able to continuously keep up the pressure on that 52 gal and the Nautilus just cycling in and out. That was a perfect offense, and you want that every time you play Clan Blitz. That was a very perfectly executed game from EP, and that is a well-deserved 3-1 win.
If EP were playing at 100% of their game, this final Clan Blitz was 120% of their full effort.
And that is game, set, match for the tournament. And I was really excited to see how Koi was able to bring it back in that 3rd game. They were able to just, even though they lost first contest of zone, they were able to take it back and just get that lockout. And I don't think EP really expected a ball point, and that it was part of it. But in Clan Blitz, it's an entire different game. It requires you to push into the base. And while the Inkjet can be good for that, the Inkjet is more of a stalling tool, even though it is aggressive, as it is a recall special. So you will go back to where you activate it, and you also can't throw clams, you can't throw a sub-weapon, you're just in the air. So it's a bit unlucky for Kodge there with getting shot out of the sky a lot by the Nautilus, and really just in general, a lot of turf in favor of EP. But that's how the dice goes, I guess.
Okay, now as we reach the end of this stream, do you want to plug anything?
Well, if you want to, you can follow my Twitter. It's in the bottom at @AdosTheBoss_. @AdosTheBoss was taken, very sad. And follow my YouTube channel, @AdosTheBoss on YouTube with an I, not a Y.
And just while you're at that, follow me on Twitter and follow my Twitch channel that has probably been dead for a while, but I might stream eventually. Once
It can
again.
happen.
It can happen, it can happen. But this is Livy and Ados now signing out. See you in the next Blue Ring Rumble.
So dance, if you wanna go ahead, free to do whatever. I'm chilling on my bed, I'm minding my biz, so mind your own biz. Whatever like is, we gon' flow with the set. Hey, feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow. You know? Chill vibes, the nighttime of love, the sun unwind, any times to rise. Yeah, I'm down, sit back, relax to the sound that goes around, 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 around. She said, hey, feeling the fire with the burning desire every day. We inspire, but never expires. But we gon' chill today, let me rock the world tomorrow.